Hello, this is George Edmondson with MotionVFX.com. Today we've got something really exciting to share with you. To learn more about it, here's Nick.
Thanks, George. Today, we are here to show you the next greatest plugin to assist you in your content creation, mKeynote. mKeynote is a set of powerful tools designed for multiple purposes. mKeynote includes 8 backgrounds that can be the perfect backdrop for your videos, 6 boards to give you useful details about what we are showing. There's also 10 calls to action to get the attention and the clicks from your viewers. Also included are 17 infographics to help you visually display information and data. Next, there are 3 logo animations to make your logo stand out and look super professional. There are 8 miscellaneous tools, including clocks, tags, and progress bars, as well as many others. There are 15 placeholders that are fully customizable, allowing you to populate them with your content that you want to use. There are 28 typography presets that can help display information and tie the whole style together. And finally, there are 8 transitions to give you the stylistic keynote that we've all come to love. Now that we've gotten an overview, let's head over to Premiere and get a closer look.
Once you've installed mKeynote, let's hop on over to Premiere. You'll head up to Window, Workspaces, and Captions and Graphics to locate mKeynote. You'll see it automatically pops in over here. There are tons of great tools to use for your keynotes and keynote reviews in mKeynote. Now let's go ahead and see what we can make from it. Let's start by adding a background. To locate a background, head over to Essential Graphics in the Browse tab. And then there are several different ways you can do it. I just like to scroll down and look until I see the background that I like. To apply a background, simply click, drag, and drop onto our sequence. You'll see our background loads right in and is already animated and ready for us to use. Now let's add a few more things from mKeynote and make something really cool. For this example, let's say you're reviewing a new MacBook release and you want to add some details about it on screen. To choose some text, head back over to Browse on Essential Graphics, and we can pick one. I really like layout number 5, so I'm going to simply drag and drop onto our timeline right with the playhead. I'm also going to go ahead and extend our background out because I know I want it to go for a while. You can see here it'll automatically load in with some text. Let's go ahead and change that. To change the text, simply click and head over to the Edit tab on Essential Graphics. And you see here you can change the content scale and position, the description, and the title. So I want to go ahead, first of all, and move the content position over because I want it to be on the left side to leave space for more great tools from mKeynote. So I'm just going to go ahead and move that over. And let's scale it up too because I want it to fill the entire left side of the screen. Now that we've done that, let's go and change the text. By going down to description, I think I want to say up to instead of more than. So I'm just going to type up to. And then we can head and change the number. Let's say it was up to 40%. All right, then we can head down to description 2 and change it to whatever we want. In this example, let's say up to 40% faster rendering at peak performance. Now that I've changed this, you can see that I don't quite have the position that I want it to be at. So I'm just going to go back up here where I changed it before in content and move it. All right, I like it right about there. And I'm going to go ahead and move it up just a little bit as well. Great, that looks awesome. Now let's go ahead and add something else on top of it. Let's say you want to add a bar chart that you saw from a keynote. Let's head back over to Essential Graphics and click Browse, and let's grab a bar chart. I really like bar chart number 2, so I'm going to grab it, drag, and drop on top. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and head over and change the position. Let's head back to Essential Graphics and click Edit, and then you can adjust the content position and scale in the content dropdown. And let's scale it down too. All right, for this example, actually I want to do 4 lines. So I'm going to go down here to lines number and click 4 and simply change it, and it automatically changes for you. And now we can go and change what each line says. To do that, you can simply scroll down to value text, and you'll see that each one pops up. You can see right here it says budget option, Let's change that to MacBook. And you can do the same for the second title as well, where it says value 2 text 2, and we can change it to whatever we want. Now let's head to value text 3 and do the same thing for value text 3 and 4. All right, you can see here that I've changed all my titles, and now it says MacBook, MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, and Mac Pro. I'm going to go ahead and one more time move it down a little bit using my content position tools on Essential Graphics Edit, just to move it down to give us a little more space to do one more thing on this. Now let's talk about adding one more title to the top to really tie all of this together. Let's head back to Essential Graphics, click Browse, and let's choose a title. I really like this title number 4. It really ties in the purple theme that we're going here. Let's drag it in and drop it. And now we can position it by clicking it, head over to Edit, Content, Position and Scale until it's in a place that I really like. I like it right about there. Now let's change what it says. Let's head over to Essential Graphics and then Text. And you can see it says bigger than ever. Let's change it to faster than before, because in this example, we're talking about MacBook speeds. All right, this looks really great. I'm happy with this. Let's move on and create something else. Before I create a second composition, I want to go ahead and add a transition. First, I need something to transition to, so let's head over to Essential Graphics and click Browse, and let's grab another background. I like this background number 1, so let's simply drag it in and drop. All right, for these backgrounds, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off the animation in and out because the transition is going to animate for us. To do that, I'm going to head over to Essential Graphics and click Edit and click Animation In and Animation Out and make sure it is unchecked for both backgrounds. Okay, now let's talk about how you can locate your transition. To find it, you want to head over to your Finder and look up mKeynote Transitions. You'll see that a project pops up, and all you have to do is double click to open and it'll load right in. You'll see they all automatically load in sequences, and then you can click through and choose one. I really like transition number 8, so I'm going to use that one for this example. To place it into your timeline, simply select, click Command C, and head back over to your primary sequence, which I called mKeynote Premiere. Head to empty space and click Command V. Now, this is a good time to remember that Premiere works in layers, so we're going to want to put this above the footage we want to transition between. To do that, I'm going to select it and bump it up 2 places and put it directly in between the 2 backgrounds that I want to transition between. And here's how to use these transitions. The best way to do it is to blade cut what you're transitioning from right where the transition begins, and then you can bump it up and extend it the full length of the transition. Next, you want to move the second background until it starts where the transition starts and blade cut where the transition ends. Then, to place the backgrounds into the transition, you want to click Command X and then click into the first transition nest. It'll be called transition 8_source A. You want to place the playhead next to it and click Command V and then delete where it says transition A.jpg and drag the background in its place. Then you want to head back over to our primary sequence, and let's go ahead and close out these other nests because we won't need them. Now let's do the same thing for the second background. We'll click Command X and click into the nest called transition 8 source B. Then you'll click Command V, head over to where it says transition B.jpg. You can just delete it and drag the background into its place. Now the transition should be perfectly created. Now that we've created a transition, let's create one more composition on this background. All right, so for this composition, I want to use one of our placeholders. I'm a big fan of them. You can put whatever you want in them using drop zones. So let's head over and select one. We'll head over to Essential Graphics and click Browse. And let's grab placeholder number 2. To apply, simply drag and drop in. And let's go and edit what are in the placeholders. To do that, simply select and head back over to Essential Graphics and click Edit. You can see over here there are 4 drop zones that you can apply whatever you want to it. The easiest way to do this is to click on Source Media for the first drop zone, and then let's head back to our browser and choose some media to put in. I have a couple PNGs I'm going to use for this example. The simple way to add them into the drop zone is grab, drag, and drop into the drop zone. You can see here that it's automatically loaded in, but it is scaled way too far, so we're going to fix that. Head back over to Essential Graphics Edit, and you can see that there are tools here to fix it. I like it right about at 95, so that's what I'm going to do for all of them. Now let's go add a PNG to the second drop zone. It's the same process. You click the drop down, you click source media, then you head over and grab another one of your source media. I'm going to use another PNG. Simply drag and drop in. Then I'm going to scale to 95 and repeat the process for the next two. And there we go. It is all stacked nicely with our drop zones in place. First, I want to scale this placeholder down. So I'm going to head over to Essential Graphics and click Content. And I'm going to change the position and scale until I like it. Now let's add one more tool. Let's head back over to Essential Graphics, click Browse. And I really like this comparison bubble tool. So I'm going to drag it in and drop it. At the exact same time the placeholder starts. And then let's adjust it. So let's head over to Edit. Let's place it to the right of our first tool and move Content Position. And of course, with all the tools, you can change what the text says. Right here in Essential Graphics, you can head to Title 1 and you can see it says 56%. Let's change it to 100%. And then in Title number 2, we can change it to 50%. And finally, you can change the description and changing it to MotionVFX. And let's head down to description 2 and change that as well. And we'll change it to MotionVFX as well. You can really change it to anything you want. This is just an example. Finally, I think I do want to add a title on this. So let's go ahead and scale and change the position of both of the placeholder and the comparison. You do this up to the top of the Edit tab and Content as always. And let's choose a different title. Let's head back over to Browse. And I really like title number 2, so I'm going to drag that in. All right, now we can change the position by going to the Edit tab, clicking Content, Content Position, Scale and Rotation, same as the rest of them. Now let's change what it says, going to Title, and we can type, "Thank you for watching," because this is the last one we're going to add. And now we can see what we've created today. All right, thanks for watching. Again, this is Nick Golden from MotionVFX.com. Subscribe and we'll see you on the next one.